Tesla stock was sold off today because of FSD risk, but behind that fear, something much bigger may be happening. The world is not moving away from full autonomy. It may be preparing to regulate it. Good morning, everyone. This is Ken from Life in the Future. Today, Tesla stock is under pressure, and the reason is easy to understand. Investors are looking at accidents, lawsuits, autopilot concerns, and the risk around FSD. For the short term, this is clearly negative, but I do not think today's story is only about fear. At the same time, UNECE is moving forward with an international framework for fully autonomous vehicles on public roads. And for Tesla investors and Tesla owners, this could be very important because this is not just about regulation. It may be about FSD moving from a controversial technology into an accepted system. Let me explain this simply. UNECE, the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe, is working on rules for how fully autonomous vehicles can be introduced safely. The key point is this: regulators are not saying stop autonomous driving. They are asking, how can we make autonomous driving safe enough for society? That is a very different message. In my view, this is the real story. FSD is slowly moving from outside the regulatory system to inside the regulatory system, and that changes everything. Until now, Tesla's FSD has mainly been discussed through technology. People talk about Tesla's AI, they talk about real-world driving data, they talk about Elon Musk's vision, they talk about impressive FSD videos from Tesla owners. And honestly, I understand that excitement. As a Tesla investor, I also believe FSD is one of the most important parts of Tesla's long-term story. But technology alone is not enough. For FSD to become a real global business, regulators must accept it. Insurance companies must understand the risk. The public must trust it. And when something goes wrong, responsibility must be clear. So the biggest wall for FSD is no longer just technology. The biggest wall is trust. This is where many investors may be missing the point. FSD does not win only because the car can drive well. It wins if Tesla can prove safety with data. Where can the system operate? Where should it not operate? What did the system see before an accident? What decision did the software make? And after an over-the-air update, can Tesla prove that safety is still maintained? These questions are not exciting like a Robotaxi launch, but they are extremely important because in the next phase, FSD will be judged not only by performance, it will be judged by accountability. That is why the UNECE framework matters. If international rules for fully autonomous vehicles become clearer, autonomous driving moves from the testing stage to the institutional stage. Until now, much of autonomy has been limited to specific cities, pilot programs, or controlled operating areas. But common rules could create a more formal path. That means safety assessment, operating conditions, data reporting, cybersecurity, software update control, and official approval. For Tesla, this is both a major opportunity and a serious test. The opportunity is obvious. If FSD can fit into this regulatory framework, Tesla may move closer to global autonomy adoption. But the test is also clear. Tesla must prove that FSD can meet the standards society demands. Tesla has real strengths here. It has a huge amount of real-world driving data. It can improve the software through over-the-air updates. It controls the vehicle, AI, software, chips, and data collection system together. And unlike many automakers, Tesla has a clear end goal: Robotaxi. This is why the market gives Tesla a very different valuation compared with traditional car companies. Tesla is not only trying to sell EVs, it is trying to build an autonomous driving platform. If FSD becomes regulated, accepted, and connected to Robotaxi, Tesla's long-term valuation could change again. That is the bullish side. But we should not ignore the risks. Regulation does not mean immediate approval. Actually, it may mean stricter evaluation. Tesla will have to explain the difference between supervised FSD and fully driverless operation. The name full self-driving may continue to face criticism. Accidents will continue to be examined closely, and lawsuits can damage trust even if the technology continues to improve. So I do not see this as a simple bullish headline. I see it as a new stage, a stage where Tesla must prove that FSD is not only impressive, but acceptable to regulators and society. For Tesla investors, the key question is changing. It is no longer only, can Tesla build FSD? It is now, can Tesla make FSD trusted enough to become a regulated platform? That question is much harder, but it is also much more important. If Tesla can answer it with data, the Robotaxi story becomes stronger. If Tesla cannot, the market may reduce the premium it gives to FSD. That is why today's stock move matters, but it is not the full picture. Short-term fear is real, but the long-term regulatory direction may be even more important. For Tesla owners, this also matters. Future FSD features will not be decided only by software updates. They will also be decided by regulation. Which countries allow FSD? Which features are released? What is the difference between supervised driving and driverless operation? These are not just technical questions. They are regulatory questions. And for countries outside the United States, including Japan, this international movement could become important over time. Each country has its own rules, but if global standards for full autonomy become clearer, other countries cannot ignore that direction forever. So today's Tesla story has two sides. On one side, investors are worried about FSD risk, lawsuits, and trust. That pressure is real. On the other side, the world is beginning to build rules for full autonomy. That may be the bigger long-term signal. In my view, this is a turning point. FSD is entering a new phase, not just technology, not just vision, not just hype. The next phase is trust, safety data, regulation, and accountability. If Tesla passes this test, it could move closer to being valued as an autonomous driving platform. If it fails, the Robotaxi premium could shrink. So here's my question for you. Do you think the UNECE framework is a tailwind for Tesla? Or do you think it creates a new and tougher hurdle for FSD? Let me know in the comments. And if you want daily Tesla analysis from an investor's point of view, please subscribe to Life in the Future. Thank you for watching. Let's keep watching Tesla's move from EVs to autonomy. Before we wrap up, let me take a moment to introduce myself. I drive a Tesla Model Y, and at home I've installed a Tesla Powerwall, so I actually charge my car with solar energy. I truly believe Tesla is shaping the future, and that's why I share the latest news and insights here on this channel. I'm from Japan, but I want to connect with Tesla fans all around the world. That's why I also create an English version of my videos. YouTube now lets you switch the audio into your own language, so you can enjoy it in whatever language you prefer. Most of all, I'd love to connect with Tesla fans everywhere so we can support Tesla together. I also share updates on X, so feel free to follow me there and let's connect. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.